Year's is around the corner, and today Gina Young's going to show you all how easy it is to make a delicious sauerkraut and pork recipe, Gina Young style. This is what I would be making for New Year's, and I'd love to hear from you all in the comment section below. When it's New Year's, do you all do like we do as tradition? We have pork, we have sauerkraut, and black-eyed peas. I want to hear from everybody. And what is the pork that you like to have for New Year's? For this recipe today, I'm using pork chops, but typically I'd be doing some ribs on New Year's. I hope y'all are having a great day today, and if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day with this here recipe. Here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need you some sauerkraut. When you choose your sauerkraut, me personally, I like to use the kind that comes in a bag. I feel like it's freshest. Yes, you can use the kind out the can, but this one, if you can find it, that's what you're gonna get. It doesn't have to be this brand, okay? You're gonna need some pork. In our case today, we're using some nice, gorgeous pork chops. And for our sauerkraut, we're gonna be seasoning it with vinegar, really interesting ingredient, some onions, and some white granulated sugar. You're gonna need some spices to make these pork chops taste good. So I'm going to be coating them in your favorite mustard, salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder, paprika, and some parsley flakes to garnish. And of course, you're gonna need some oil to cook your pork chops in, because we're frying them. And you're gonna need some all-purpose flour. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make New Year's dinner. So the first thing we're gonna start off doing is let's get this pork to tasting absolutely amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna go right in with some salt. If you can't use salt, you know what I always say? I say leave it out, right? And I'm gonna be seasoning both sides, making sure it has great flavor. Okay, we're gonna put some black pepper, garlic and onion powder, and on purpose, I'm using a nice amount because I want that flavor to shine through these pork chops. Okay, gorgeous. We're gonna put some onion and garlic powder, a little bit of paprika. Beautiful, it smells amazing. And here's what I always tell everybody: don't cook the meat while it's super cold. Let it kind of come up to room temperature and then you cook it. It'll always turn out perfect every time. You hear me? All right, so let's put our garlic and flip it over, do the same thing. Go ahead and get this other side done. Now, I washed my pork chops off with lemon juice, salt, and cold water. And what I do is I just sprinkle that lemon juice all over it, or lime juice, or even vinegar if you want it to. Not only does it clean your meat, but it gives a great flavor to your meats. Just trust me on that one, okay? So we're gonna flip it over, same spices, just like so, quick and simple. When it's normally at New Year's, I'm doing a big rack of ribs, maybe a couple racks of ribs. And I think I'm gonna pull that grill out of the garage that we packed away, bring it to the backyard, and put my ribs on the grill. That'll be our pork for this New Year's. Let me know what you're cooking, what your dessert is, and everything. I want to hear from everybody because I want to know what you're having too. Now, because we are going to turn these pork chops into a mustard fried pork chop, we're going to put a little bit of mustard onto the pork chops to make them taste good. Is it going to make them taste like mustard? Absolutely no. It gives them the umami flavor. Make them say umami every time, and they will. See that little bit? So now, here's what I'm going to do super interesting. I have a silicone brush here. I'm going to gently just pat the mustard on. We'll flip it over and do the other side. The reason why I'm patting it nice and gently is because I don't want to wash away all of these spices we work so hard to season, okay? So let's flip them over, do the same thing. Do the same thing. Get them flipped over. What's the weather like where you all are living at? I want to know. It's a nice day out today. It's not super cold. It is just a little damp out because it did rain. But it's not freezing, and that's surprisingly to me, you know, because I don't know if surprisingly is a word, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say. It's not freezing out, and I love that. Are you kidding me? Like, bring on the springtime, right? All right, so we're going to do that same thing, just patting it nice and gently, and then we're going to turn around and take this and dip it into this all-purpose flour. Make sure we give it a nice shake off, just like so. Made a fried pork chop, and when you go to cook it, it goes whoop it kind of does like that in the pan when it's supposed to be laying flat, and then the top of it doesn't get done. The reason why that happens is because on the outside of the pork chop, it has fat. As soon as that fat starts to cook up, it shrinks, and when it shrinks, your pork chop does like that. So how do you prevent that? I'm going to show you right now, and it's super interesting. So now you take where that fat is, and you don't mess it up. You just put like a little slit right there onto each pork chop, and that prevents that, and then your pork chop can lay nice and flat in the pan, and you don't have to worry about it not being done in the middle. So let's go ahead and take the time to do that. And the next time you make pork chops, do it and let me know how much you love this trick, because I love it. So now's the perfect time. Let's go ahead and take our pork chops that we have seasoned and put the mustard onto them. We're going to put them right into our flour dredge. We don't have no cornstarch or anything in here, just the all-purpose flour. In the meantime, the larger stove behind me is heating up a pan with just a shallow amount of oil in it. You don't need a whole lot of oil because we're not deep frying them, right? We just want to get them fried. So let's take them behind me, get them nice and fried up, and then when I come back, we're going to start on the sauerkraut, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your sauerkraut taste delicious. I'm pretty sure nobody makes sauerkraut like this. Do it. Don't bother these pork chops. Once you get them into the pan, let them form that beautiful golden brown crust that we're looking for. And then you can go in and mess with them, okay? And never overcrowd your pan. Now my heat, it's on a medium-high heat. If you turn it up too high, it'll look like they're done on the outside, but the inside will be raw. Medium-high is the perfect temperature you're looking for. While we make up our pork chops, let's get started on our sauerkraut. This is how I make it taste good. So my sauerkraut, when you taste mine, it's a sweet and sour. It's not just sour. Sometimes I feel like sauerkraut can be overwhelming and people are like, nah, I don't want any. But when you make it sweet and sour, listen to me, you're turning taste buds out. You hear me? Taste buds are going to want to come back for more every time they will. So we're going to get this right into our pan. And keep the liquid. That liquid is gorgeous and it tastes good. Now that I got the bag open, I couldn't get the bag open. We're going to put it right in. And we're going to put some vinegar in here, even though it's in like a vinegary brine. Okay, so watch this. I'm not using a whole lot, but just enough to give it the taste that I'm looking for, okay? We're going to use 3 cupfuls, okay? 1, 2, and 3. And you can start off using a ½ cup of sugar up to a full cup of sugar for this one bag, okay? I'm going to start off with a little bit over a ½ cup, and then once it warms up, we'll taste it and see what it's looking like. And if at any time it needs a little bit more sugar, we're going to put some more sugar. So go ahead and turn this on, and we need to slice up some nice sweet Vidalia onions because a couple of them is going in here. It changes the whole flavor. Well, our pork chops are cooking up. The whole house smells absolutely amazing. The sauerkraut is going. I did taste it and I felt like I needed that little bit of sugar, so I put it in there, and now I got that perfect yin and yang. It's sweet, it's sour, it's everything that I'm looking for. And so now we're going to put some sweet Vidalia onion in it. How much? However much you want. But just know, this is a small onion. I'm only going to use half of it. Just a little bit goes a long way. It alters the flavor. It makes it super interesting. When I make sauerkraut, people are like, oh my goodness, it tastes so good. I never used to like sauerkraut. But I'm telling you, you will love it this way. Just this little bit, get it in there. Turn it on low and just let it simmer. Go ahead and turn them pork chops over. I can see that golden brown from underneath. Ooh wee. And I love the gorgeous color that the mustard helps to give it. You know, it just makes for a beautiful pork chop. There we go. While everything cooks up, let's talk about a few options of pork dishes that you can make for your New Year's, just in case you didn't want to make mustard fried pork chops. You could always do a pork roast. You could do shredded pork in the crock pot or the Instapot. Absolutely you can. You could do the ribs. And one year I actually made a bunch of bratwursts. We grilled them on the grill, and how perfect do they pair up with the sauerkraut. And then I still did all the other side dishes, the baked macaroni and all that stuff. But really anything that you wanted to use for your pork recipe, you can do that for New Year's. Just make sure you're having sauerkraut and black eyed peas on the side for sure. Really can't resist tasting this juice here. Like, my taste buds are waiting with anticipation to see how good it is. Since I added the extra amount of sugar, I want to taste it again. I'm going in. That's perfect. Take our pork chops out. One thing you never want to do when you're making pork chops is overcook them. If you overcook pork chops, them things is going to be dry. You hear me? And that's not what we're looking for. Look at this. Yum. Let's get our second batch in. Dinner is almost served. Oh my goodness. That's going right in nice and gently. And the same thing, don't touch them. You bother them things, you're going to mess up the beautiful crispiness that you would have, right? There we go. Oh, it smells so good in here. Look at that second batch. Making up some macaroni. It's just a box, but I'm throwing that thing together and we're going to make it taste good. When I make a box of macaroni, I always like to use 2 cheese packets. Sometimes I'll use some milk. Today I'm going to put some sweet cream butter right in here. I know, your stomach is rumbling, your mouth is watering. It should be. What kind of traditions, and when I say traditions, like what are you all doing for New Year's? New Year's Eve, I want to know, what do you do? Do you sit down and watch movies? Are you playing music? I want to know all the stuff. Let me hear from you guys in the comment section below. I want to see what other people like to do. Dinner is served. How easy was that? Listen to me. Come on in. If y'all enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family and friends. Tell the world what Gina's doing every single day in this kitchen. And Father, we thank you on today for this meal, your hedge of protection and your love. Amen. Stay tuned because we're making sauerkraut for New Year's. Are you excited? I'm putting just a little bit of hot sauce onto my pork chop, as you should, right? Well, like I said, I'm making a couple slabs of ribs for actual New Year's. So, but for today's video, we're still doing the pork. Take a bite. I'm going in. Sauerkraut. Goes perfect with the pork. Make you some. Happy New Year's.